Hey y'all, welcome back to Ascending with Asha. I'm Ashley. We're gonna do a collective reading. I don't know about you, but my hope for humanity to turn around the current situation at a collective level is kind of waning. I don't know if it's just like my dopamine receptors not getting enough because I left social media or what, but I'm starting to feel very gloomy. It's probably the dopamine receptors needing a different source. By the way, I think I'm on day 2 of no TikTok. I did find all of my favorite readers on YouTube. But I think formatting my videos that I'm posting from YouTube instead of uploading from TikTok are not going as far on YouTube. So it's kind of frustrating, but I don't know. Anyway, thanks for being here if you are here. We're going to use the Yin Yang Oracle to see maybe some shadow aspects or energy. We're just going to see. I think that I just got off the phone with a friend and we were talking about social media and stuff and just the collective rallying around a point of oppression, i.e. the hantavirus, the way that people are like going fanatically about it. It's mostly trauma response, but it is really picking up momentum at like a huge level, and that's one of the reasons I left TikTok. I have no desire to see this or be a part of it. Felt the same way about COVID. Never got it. So, control tactics coming out. Yep, lack and doubts. Yep, avoidance and stalemate. Self-worth, expectations. Sun and empowerment. To each their own. But like, I feel really, I don't know. How are you guys feeling? I feel like the collective is like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to have such insight on it. I don't know if I'm supposed to anymore. I'm in a really interesting moment in my life. Big changes happening, but it feels like a slingshot. Yeah, wish fulfillment. I'm being like pulled back to like go forward. I don't know. Let me make sure the mic is on before we get too deep in this. Okay. 60 photos. I don't have the right TikTok profile on my computer, but I do have Instagram. I don't want to be on Instagram anymore. And I left Facebook too. Okay, anyway. Maybe you're feeling like you want to leave. Do it. I think social media is like a cool tool, but it's only as real as we like make it, as we let it be. Other than that, it's like a social contract that we are voluntarily, I don't know, just watching the hantavirus stuff is really alerting me to how easy it is for people to like just spit propaganda and like every couple of videos it's coming across my feed. There's just so many parallels to COVID. I don't know what side of that you were on, if there was a side. I don't trust a government who oppresses people the way it does, point blank period. I think that we need to finally learn from history. It doesn't matter what side of what color you or party. I do not trust the government as a whole at all. All of the factions, especially under this administration. I mean, come on now. Really? Why is there so much support for this person, this administration? Why is there so much support for blatant racism? Why are people still there? These are the things I ask myself. So let's see if the cards can tell us. Oh, comfort zone clinging. Because people are clinging to their comfort zone because they have lack. Obviously the system has done that. It's a tactic of control. People are avoiding the truth. They're avoiding the truth. They're avoiding guilt and self-sabotage. They're stuck in the past, lack and suffering. So what do we do about it? Well, divine intervention is on the way. Hopefully. I think that when I used to think about divine intervention, I used to think of it as like, you know, whatever it is like some sort of like elite angel swooping in to like save the day, right? Like visually, that's what I would get, right? But I think divine intervention is more about us deciding to make different decisions once we've recognized a pattern of our own self detriment, right? Why do I keep doing this thing that is not good? Like TikTok, I spent a lot of time over there. I was very checked out, especially with the genocide and everything. But like, ever since it's gotten, I wasn't checked out. I was like tagged into the collective. But like physically speaking, I spent a lot of time on TikTok, a ton, which is why I feel like, you know, but TikTok, like social media is an addiction. It's a dopamine. I mean, we're not supposed to be really receiving that information at that scale that quickly. It's not good for our nervous systems. And I took a really long nap today. We went swimming. We played in the pool together. And then we came in and he was playing on his tabby and I was laying down and I fell asleep and it was lovely. I don't know, so maybe you're just working through some stuff. Maybe your divine intervention is like, I've pulled back not only from social media, but I'm also pulling back in person. I'm not allowing access to myself or my life. I feel the need to protect, to like hunker down. Hunker down? Is that the word? Hunker down and like protect. You know, like the ducks, like the mama ducks sit on their eggs. I feel the need to protect what is mine and not allow outside forces. I feel like it's because I've been up against a lot of energy of control tactics because of lack. Whether it's other people on the internet or in person, that's what it is. It stems from a place of lack, a place of fear about the lack. And I don't want, you know, and now we've got all this other fear mongering. I don't want to be a part of it. And I feel like I know my role at this time is to help the collective rise, but I can't do that anymore knowing so much about the collective and allowing them to know so much about me. And I feel like the Mansplain Project really solidified this too, because men are so immature, like so fucking emotionally retarded. Like, I'm sorry, it's true. There's words that are appropriate sometimes. The men are not okay. The men are not okay. Like, and having this fucking dictator, you know, I don't know, guys. How do you feel about like why are people on board with like AI so much? I don't know. What divine intervention do you feel like what action are you taking right now? I don't know. I'm like tongue-tied because there's a lot of problems and there's so many contradictions within the problems. Both interpersonally and just like at a like social collective level. It's a lot. Like again, these are prophetic times that we're living in. We're not, and we have access to the information. I'm not a big fan of becoming ignorant, but this administration is using rapid bad news as a tactic of control. So I can recognize that and disengage because again, that's how I'm taking my power back. That's my self-worth and my own expectation. Also, peep this nail polish. It's like the perfect Pepto-Bismol pink. It's so pretty. It's such a pretty pink. But anyway, what are the expectations that you have for yourself? And if you have those expectations for yourself, are you working from that space? The only other quote-unquote negative card here is apology and forgiveness. You know what that is in your life. You know the situations. I think in this case, coming right after self-worth and expectations, it's what are you apologizing to yourself for? Can you forgive yourself for, staying in your comfort zone, sabotaging stuff because of past lack and fear? I mean, even if you're not a part of that collective at this very moment online, I mean, we're still all dealing with the post-traumatic stress of a global pandemic. And now they've gone ahead and normalized genocide and famine and slavery and trafficking and pedophilia. This is the world we're living in. It's not okay. I have no interest in continuing forward if this is the way it's going to be, quite frankly. And the more we allow them to keep us stuck in our comfort zone of accepting that as a reality, not to mention just the wealth gap, inflation, the economy. We're living in a depression, and I don't really know what repression? No, I don't know. I don't really give a fuck about the economy. I've always been poor. But I think there's like a global shift. So if this is a technocratic, I can't talk about this. If this is a technocratic global plan, which it has been since the 80s, I think people don't even have the ability to digest that. I don't know. We have strength and empowerment coming out. And we have this higher self-activation, and we have this transformation. We do also have union and hot attraction and present gratitude and abundance. So what I'm getting is, I keep talking about like the state of these systems that we're living under because it's so fucking important and it does impact our personal lives. And when you have like high vibrational people feeling like we're not going to make the cut. We're not going to be able to scale this back before it's gotten too far. I think, I saw a video the other day, and this was the last video I saw on TikTok, and I'm like, you know what, I'm done. Like, I need to get off of here. I think that everyone's opinions are valid, but this freaks me out, and I feel there's a lot of truth to it. And so I'm choosing to be more present and grateful in my space. But this girl got on and said that these aliens that the government just disclosed, there's like a letter and a number, are us from the future in a parallel timeline that the humans, that AI won, and that the humans that are coming back from time travel right now are in alien form, and they're hybrid or something. And I was like, what? Like, that's too much. I don't want to think about AI winning, but we're here now, and we're living through it now. And, what are we doing right now? I had a close friend tell me the other day that she was chatting with AI, and I was like, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed in the use of AI willingly. Aside from how it's on every app and like you push something the wrong way and Gemini pops up if you have Google, or it's always showing itself. Even Google is now using an AI, whatever. It's too much. It's too much. And so people are, clinging to that comfort zone as much as possible. But that's counterproductive to finding a solution through this, right? So, I don't know, I feel like maybe this divine intervention in this case is something larger, like a collective consciousness shift, hopefully. I don't know. I get very frustrated because I've put out so much about this in the past few years, and like you can see my views. It's very frustrating to not be seen or heard in a time where I know my knowledge needs to be seen and heard. Maybe you're feeling like that. I'm gonna tell you what I need to hear. We gotta keep going. Uh, we don't need to make ourselves so accessible, but we do need to be able to be found. Um, because we are important to this moment. My role is to support people's activation of their higher self through healing. And it's incredibly difficult to do because the vibration of the planet is so low, right? And I was really hopeful about that Mansplain project. I thought those were really great prompts, easy enough to like think about as just like a human, right? But the conditioning of the men has been so, like the red pilling has worked. The men have been brainwashed at a large, I mean, and we know this, it's coming out in all of these different ways, right? With the however fucking millions going to this motherless website. I'm afraid I'm on that website because of what my husband did to me. I don't want to know really, but I feel like I'm probably on there. That did happen to me when I was married. The violence against women and children and the blatant disrespect, I mean, it's appalling. And you know, I've always held almost, maybe this is you too, and maybe you're feeling like this, and I know this isn't the like most exciting or uplifting reading, but I think it's reality of what we're facing and how we're feeling, especially those of us who want the world to be better. We want people to have, like, there's enough of us. I'm usually way more hopeful, but just the situations I feel like I'm gonna cry. I've been, new levels, new doubles. I've been going through a lot the past few weeks physically, and I've been holding too much. And people are getting used to me holding it for them, and I'm not doing it anymore. I can't. It's too much. So maybe that's you too. I'm getting to a point where I can't continue this work alone. Like I need other people in the physical to align, and maybe you feel like that too. It's just another quarantine and all of this again. I think that the trauma is very intense for all of us, but I don't think most people want to face trauma, and I think that's why we are where we are, because people haven't faced their own individual trauma, right? Like everyone has their own trauma, varying degrees of severity, or but everybody has trauma. And when we don't face that in our own lives, when we can't even look at our own stuff, then we don't even notice the collective. And I'm someone who has worked through all of my trauma, including the past few weeks. I'm working through it now. And it's just, it's hard, because it's that saying, you only can know someone as deeply as they know themselves. And most people aren't even in the water. Most people aren't even getting their toes wet. There's no desire for any sort of introspection. That's how it feels. So if you're here, I know I have my comments turned off because I was being sexually assaulted by a man. Incantation, we have to do magic. And I've been feeling a call to that too. Like I'm getting my robes back out. I had all these packed away. I'm getting much more into my femininity. So maybe that's you. Mother, yeah, feminine energy. Attraction twice. So maybe that's the thing. Maybe if you are in like a motherly or feminine energy, or you're trying to be, maybe that's why you're being bombarded, because that's what we're all seeking, is that nurture, right? Especially if we've avoided our trauma and just allowed it to be in this comfort zone. Oh, that makes a lot of sense. I think it's important for us to feel the feelings that we're feeling. Like the past few weeks, I've just had a lot of shadow energy because of people trying to. I want to believe that it's intentional, but a lot of the times it's subconscious, and it's just the way that people react or exist because of their own trauma. Again, because they have no ability to reflect on their behaviors or their actions or their foundation in which they're working on. So anyway, here's an example. Today, if you've been on my channel, you know that the past like few weeks, like people have just been like really shitty to me. I resigned from 2 different spaces in town, or 3, because I was just like, I was really excited too, like a month ago, to be like aligning. But it's okay, not everything is for us, and maybe that's part of my divine intervention. I don't want to bog you down with the details or anything. I'm just sharing because I think that, again, if we're not used to acknowledging trauma, we don't even recognize it when it is something that we are dealing with or having to process, like a conversation with a coworker or a situation on the highway, right? Like a passing of energy at a restaurant, right? Like it happens, and people, like, society is sick. Bottom line, society is sick, and what is society made up of? A bunch of sick fucking people who are self-serving and incapable of even acknowledging people with different shades of skin. Like it makes no sense. It's fucking ridiculous. But that's our society. And as we interact with that society, it requires a certain level of mothering, both ourselves or reparenting in general, right? The way that we are encountering others, the way that we are having to show up in certain ways or lack thereof. So anyway, my neighbors, I've had to go through a lot with my neighbors the past few days. A little neighbor boy came over today, the brother of the one that hit the bird with the BB gun, that then got torn up by the dog. So anyway, he was over at my house today, and he says my neighbors have 6 kittens and they want to know if you can take care of them. And I said no. And he was like, and I said no. You are fully capable of taking those animals to the animal shelter. Leave me the fuck out of it. And it's the same neighbors that already have that. It's the Ducky's family, I think. And Ducky's been like terribly abused by those. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go to my shorts. She's been like terribly abused. Last night they were like trying to gang rape her. Like, ducks are awful. This morning I tortured them with the hose a little bit. Because I was like, you're not gonna act like that at my house. You are not welcome here. And they were stuck in this lot, so I had fun. I like bullying bullies. So maybe that's you too, on like a physical plane. Maybe you're the divine intervention that bullies need. And that's what I've been dealing with the past few weeks. Is like, I'm this full stop mirror. Oh God, look at that color. It's so pretty. I am this full stop mirror to people who treat people like shit. And I'm like, no. I often like to think of myself as the queen of the underdogs. Because I will get in the way of that, no matter where, and who, and what. I will. No. No. We have community and ready. So yeah, I feel like there's this nice underlying, like, undertone of, hopefully it's a rip current, right? So we can get carried into it, of community, of union and integration, attraction, being the things that we want to attract. I've been bombarded with shitty people and shitty energy and shitty situations the past few weeks, and I can't expose myself to anything else right now because my physical environment is requiring so much recovery. I don't present myself in the world like that. It's hard for me to understand why people do. Maybe that's you too. But I think, again, it's mostly because people are coming from this hurt inner child space. Inner child didn't come out in the first deck. Anything else from synchronicity? Any guidance? Any ways forward? Yes. I'm listening to this on repeat because this song brings me a lot of comfort. I think I've told you all, this is what Niall and I listen to when we go to sleep, but that started at 6 days old, and that was when we were, these are great cards, by the way. That's when I was leaving Doggone or postpartum was atrocious time in my life. And anyway, on day 6 of Niall like not sleeping because babies don't sleep because they were in the womb and it was always dark. Okay, they don't have a sleep schedule. Be patient with your newborns. It's hard. It's the hardest time. Everyone's like, no, it gets harder, and I'm like, no. But I had a terrible postpartum, so. Anyway, I would like scream hum this, like to drown out yelling and bad situation, and get Niall to feel safe. We would stand in the bathroom and I would rock him and I would have the shower water on and I would hum the fuck out of this song over and over and over. And it would comfort us both, quite frankly. So that's why I have this song on today. My soul is tired. My soul is really tired. It's so disappointing, and you can only handle so much disappointment. I've had a lot of anger this year because I think that people are going to be great and they choose to stay stuck. They choose not to grow, and I'm getting really tired of coming across those people, and maybe that's you too. Maybe that's how you're feeling. That's how I'm feeling now. But according to these cards, we have love, bravery, imagination, and success. So continue to manifest the community you seek, the love you want. Continue to be brave about the way you show up and nurture. It takes a lot for a bleeding heart to like continue to want to share love. Especially when they're like, you're getting slashed every fucking day, multiple times a day by different situations. In this, take care of yourself. I'm on my max for the world right now. The way that everyone is, I just hate it. I hate it. I can't do it. I can't bear witness. I can't. I've done a lot of work to spread awareness in the past few years, so I'm giving myself a pass on this right now until I am able to actually do something about it, until I have millions of dollars to fix the fucking problems, to fund the people with the fucking ideas and the plans. Until I have that money, or until we are able to do that, I can't continue to be reminded about how shitty the world is and continue to show up like it's not. I've done really well, but I don't know. There's a big shift right now in the energy, so I don't know. I really don't. I think this is up to the universe at this point. The bug is like getting zapped to fuck. Can you hear it? Got a little solar panel bug killer right there. It's a big bug. It's probably a moth. A cockroach. It's definitely not just a fly. I want to start a fire. Anyway, I highly recommend those work great. Unfortunately, it kills a lot of the other bugs. The flies don't really go by it during the day. I don't think flies are nocturnal, unfortunately. Anyway, I dropped a card. Wow, it's still being electrocuted. Poor thing. The cats are just sitting there unbothered though, so. Lola. Advance. Follow your dreams one step at a time. Little steps add up to big things. Just keep going. I think that could be a feeling, if this reading has resonated with you, I think that could be like a common feeling of like, wow, like I really took on a lot and I really thought it was all aligned. And I'm not mad that I took a jump at the opportunities. I think it's better to try it and know that it's not for you. I actually think that's better. Because then you have that peace of knowing that, whatever it is that you're calling in, whatever it is you're aligning to, whoever it is the right stuff, right? The right stuff that Kids on the Block. That's weird. Alright. Stillness. Not taking action can be the most powerful stance. Let yourself rest a while. Enjoy the sacred silence of your soul. Definitely the space I'm in right now. I think that, feminine energy is this magnetic energy. It's like a void energy where you call in what it is that you want. Whereas masculine energy is that you go after what it is that you want. And I was telling my cousin today, I keep having to remind myself to stay in feminine energy. And I think that's what has been the universe. I think my situations, if you've watched my other videos, I've had to put up with a lot of disrespect in different spaces. I think I've already told you that. But also having to deal with animals and just, it's been a lot. And most of it stems from one shitty person in every situation, right? It's just, wow. So anyway, I feel like sometimes divine intervention can be rejection, right? And rejection is protection, or rerouting. Remember that if you're wow, that was weird. Assistance. Ask for help when you need it. Receiving is also a way of giving. Yeah, that feminine energy. Embrace, make peace with the unknown. Trust that things are working out for the best for you. And manifest. What you seek is seeking you. If you can dream it, begin it. Your intention has great power in it. A lot of it's. Okay, that felt good. I think we worked through some shit. I don't know where my thought was. Assistance. Don't do too much, and if situations aren't working out, or if someone is making you feel like shit, it's not for you. If it's for you, there won't be confusion, there will be ease. If it's not for you, there's going to be resistance and some sort of lesson, right? And so when we can, it's a constant conversation with yourself. You have to constantly at least I do. I have to constantly remind myself. I'll just show you. They're so good. I have to constantly remind myself that rejection is redirection, and that ease is flow, right? When we're in a state of frequency that we want to attract. Wow, this is a long reading. When we want to attract what it is that we are feeling or doing, or we're doing that subconsciously anyway. Our magnetic, energetic field is what brings stuff into us. So when we focus on negativity, we get negativity. When we focus on anger, we are going to have more situations to be angry about. So ultimately, and this is for me too, and exactly where I'm at, is we have to flow. We have to ride this out. We have to ride it out, but think of surfing as an analogy. Plenty of people are forced to jump, right? Or hit a rock, or get stuck on a coral reef, or get pulled by the riptide out, right? That's the second time riptide has come up, so maybe you feel like you're drowning. Maybe you feel like you're being pulled into shit you don't want to. Put up boundaries, okay? Take it from me. I just did it. Things are getting really bad. I don't want to participate in AI, so I left social media. I just don't. Everything has changed. I don't want to be a part of this. I have no desire at all to be a part of AI, to be a part of this futuristic hellscape, to be a part of hybrid fucking beings. I have no desire for it at all. At all. I think that we can use technology in much better ways that are not that. It's a system for mass surveillance, and then some, right? Whatever they decide to do with that data, with that surveillance, right? No desire to be in there. Okay. I think we need something, let's do pure magic. I'm trying to believe in magic right now. I'm trying to get back into practicing it. I need it. I need it. And I think I don't know. I got out of work. I don't know. I everybody's practices are their own, but I know I need magic. I need to be able to believe in magic. I need miracles. So maybe that's you too. I think that's what we all need. So how can we be that for others? How can we be the magic? How can we show up as magic without having to get out of our flow state? It's going to be different for all of us. It's a great question. Introspection question. Or maybe the answer will come through right now. Alright, what can we do to stay in a state of flow? What can we be focused on or thinking about or honoring to be the magic for others? Drawing down the moon, divine feminine source, channel and stillness. 29 boiling down to an 11. Or 11. Look at that color. So pink. So I haven't been working with the moon. I haven't felt called to in a few months. But I have been recently feeling it. I don't know. I like the fall time moon better than this. I don't really like this time of year at all. I struggle with it. Maybe that's another reason I don't enjoy heat to this degree. It's not fun. And it's going to get much worse where I live. And no thanks. Today I had this thought because I live by the petrified forest, and I thought about the energy that exists here, how old petrified wood is, and how old, like how much, look at that pink, how much knowledge is in petrified wood, and how many memories it has. Can you see? With the light. This is petrified wood. My neighbor is making these and like shining them up. And he gave me this one. Can't really see though. But how old this is. How much wisdom. And just thinking about how this high desert used to be full of trees. I thought about this today, and I thought about how devastating that is to think about how space so lush is now what it is, and how much worse it's going to get. There's this piece is driving me crazy. There's data centers being proposed here, and the conversation about it is, absolutely horrendous. I can't stand people right now. Good friends we have and good friends we lost. We have Burning Man, Collective Power, Supreme Prayer, Three of Cups, Celebration. So yeah, I mean, this reading, I want to be hopeful, but I don't know. I'm starting to see more alignment in my life. It's actually been very linear. As things have fallen away, alignment has been right there. But I'm still not super happy. I'm not really that content with the situation yet. So I don't know. There's been too many factors lately. So yeah, pull back if you need to, rest. Remember the collective power, and I think that's where I'm at right now. And again, I think it probably has to do with the dopamine, not receiving the, dopamine from TikTok or, the instant gratification from social media. It is an addiction, and they do it on purpose. They've wired our brains to need that, and to consider that, oh wow, that's interesting, and to consider that human relationship. Okay, so what I'm going through is probably more chemical right at this moment. And I've been presented with opportunities to decenter myself. And I've continued to hold that path of self. So maybe that's something too for you. Snake skin, information, secrets, body language, senses. Also, snake skins are symbolic of the Kundalini energy coming from our root chakra up our spine. Connecting, reconnection physically, energetically. And also releasing what no longer serves you, shedding your skin as you grow. Okay. Affirmation. So that's helpful. I know I'm in a space of rest. I know other spiritual people are saying they are also. The hysteria is just not conducive to any sort of meaningful change, shift. It's just, the hot topics are a little too, they're burning right now, and it's just not, it needs to calm down. And hopefully that's what this will do. Hopefully it's the boiling point, that's the analogies that I'm bringing up. It's like, there's a boiling point. We have to reach a boiling point before a revolution, like a meaningful one. So I feel like maybe that's where we are, and maybe some of us are just supposed to hold the line energetically. Be open to receiving. Be open to receiving and hopeful of receiving. Stronger than yesterday. Challenge yourself. Today is a new day. Become your best self, or become your best you. Cultivate kindness and keep life simple. What are a few ways that you can simplify your life? Can you get rid of some stuff? Do you have clutter? Is it making you feel constricted? A dream is a wish that your heart makes. Live your dream with passion. Be open to whatever comes next. Make a difference. You are capable of becoming more than you realize. And so the adventure begins. Have a good one, y'all.